about weight loss. It's like you should have that healthy and fit body, because agar there are people who are like, have good weight but they are healthy and fit, and there are people also जो जिनका weight कम है but they are not healthy, right? So the thing is कि आपके जो डाइट है उसके अंदर सारे न्यूट्रिएंट्स होने चाहिए, चाहे वो कार्ब्स हो, फैट्स हो, प्रोटीन्स हो, मिनरल्स हैं, विटामिन्स हैं, right? All the things, even for your micronutrients like calcium, zinc, magnesium, और वो तभी मिलेगा जब आप एक बैलेंस डाइट लेंगे, सारे फूड्स को एक मॉडरेट लेवल में अपने प्लेट में ऐड करेंगे। और उसका सबसे अच्छा तरीका है, ट्राई टू मेक योर प्लेट कलरफुल, ट्राई टू ऐड कलर्स टू योर प्लेट, कलर्स टू योर फूड। सो आप वेजीज डाल रहे हैं, फ्रूट्स डाल रहे हैं, आपने पल्सेस भी डाले, कार्ब्स भी डाले, थोड़ा सा फैट भी डाला, बिकॉज ऑब्वियसली योर बॉडी नीड्स फैट ऑल्सो। आपकी बॉडी का मेन एनर्जी सोर्स है कार्ब्स, कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स। उसके बाद वो जो भी हमारी बॉडी, अगर कार्ब्स की एनर्जी खत्म होती है तो वो फैट से एनर्जी लेता है। प्रोटीन्स हमारी बॉडी में ग्रोथ के लिए और हमारे मसल्स को रीबिल्ड करने में हेल्प करते हैं। दे डोंट प्रोवाइड एनर्जी, नाइदर वी शुड वांट कि हमारी बॉडी से कंप्लीटली कार्ब्स और फैट एग्जॉस्ट हो जाए और हमारी बॉडी को प्रोटीन से एनर्जी लेनी पड़े। सो add all types of food to your plate, to your diet. And as I say, the key is the moderation. जैसे योगा में भी कहा जाता है, we should follow a Mitahar diet. So what is Mitahar diet is like, जो समझ लीजिए, जो आपका स्टमक है, जितनी आपको भूख है उसका हाफ, आई मीन आप अपने आप खाना खा रहे हैं, सपोज आप हाफ अपना स्टमक खाने से फिल कर रहे हैं, देन क्वार्टर is with water which you should take after 20 minutes of your meals, and rest quarter should be left empty for the exchange of gases, so that आपका जो भी खाना है वो properly digest हो। And one more thing, like when we are eating food, that is really very important. हम बचपन से सुनते आ रहे हैं, but कितना follow करते हैं मुझे नहीं पता, कि when you eat the food, chew it, मतलब बहुत ही अच्छे से, it's said कि उसको 32 times आपको chew करना चाहिए, right? Because जो generally what happens is like, वो जो हम ये सोचते हैं कि जिस ये बहुत पुरानी कहावत है कि दांतों का काम हमें आंतों से नहीं लेना चाहिए, सो दैट अगर हम वो इनकम्प्लीट च्यूड फूड खाएंगे, सो ऑब्वियसली डाइजेशन प्रॉपर नहीं होगा, वो फूड प्रॉपरली एनर्जी में कन्वर्ट नहीं होगा, राइट? एंड once you have your food, try not to indulge in any kind of physical activity for at least an hour, because लोगों में ज्यादातर ये देखा गया है कि डिनर के बाद दे हैव देयर डिनर एंड दे गो फॉर अ वॉक। सो क्योंकि आपका जो, जब आप खाना खाते हैं, आपका पूरा जो ब्लड फ्लो है उस खाने के डाइजेशन की तरफ लग जाता है, एंड इफ यू स्टार्ट सम अदर एक्टिविटी इट हैम्पर्स योर डाइजेशन, सो आपका खाना अच्छे से डाइजेस्ट नहीं होगा। इंस्टेड जस्ट रिलैक्स फॉर दैट टाइम, और आप वज्रासन में बैठ सकते हैं फॉर सम टाइम। इनिशियली स्टार्ट विथ 10 seconds, 20 seconds, and then you can go up to 5 minutes, right? So that will really help your digestion. Okay, so now along with this, ये तो हुई हमारे, you can say, physical diet के बाद, जिसके अंदर obviously water also plays a major role. कम से कम 3 से 5 लीटर पानी जरूर हमें लेना चाहिए, so that because हमारी बॉडी में 70% पानी है, एंड डेफिनेटली आजकल के जिस तरह का सिचुएशन चल रहा है, इट शुड बी वार्म वाटर, नॉट कोल्ड वाटर, क्योंकि जितना हम वार्म वाटर लेते हैं तो वो हमारी बॉडी के अंदर कोई भी अगर क्लॉग्स हो जाते हैं जिनको, तो उनको वो क्लियर करने में हेल्प करता है। और अगर हम कोल्ड वाटर पीते हैं तो वो ब्लॉकेजेस क्रिएट करता है, राइट? So try to drink warm water. It's very good for your digestion and weight loss. Correct. And yes, other thing is also sleep. So आप physical activity अपनी कर रहे हैं, physical diet ले रहे हैं, physical exercise कर रहे हैं, but if you're not sleeping properly, it will not help, क्योंकि आप जितना भी आपने अपनी बॉडी को अगर वर्कआउट करके या डाइट को करके, अब आप जब तक प्रॉपर स्लीप लेके अपनी बॉडी को दोबारा रिचार्ज और रीजनरेट नहीं करेंगे, इट विल नॉट कम इनटू दैट प्रॉपर वर्किंग मोड अगेन. एंड या अब स्लीप पीपल जनरली लोगों को लगता है कि हाँ अच्छी स्लीप नहीं आ रही है, बिकॉज अब it's not just that physical diet which will help to our overall fitness and well-being. It's your mental diet and exercise, your emotional diet and exercise also. They also play a very major role in our health, because the situations, the kind of competitive world we are in, stress normal हो गया है लोगों के लिए. Anger, frustration, irritation, you know, that's very normal for everyone. And जब कोई physical pain होता है, कोई physical चोट लगती है, कहीं पे कुछ भी है, we go to a doctor. Fever आ गया, we go to a doctor. But generally, अगर people are suffering from a emotional or a mental illness or a sickness, they, instead of going to someone or talking to someone, वो अपने अंदर ही रखते हैं वो बातें, and you know that creates more and more issues and illnesses for them. So you know, to have that uh, again, you know, that holistic wellness की अगर हम बात करें, और अगर you know, जैसे अगर कोई भी emotional illness है या mental illness है या block है, so you know, we tend to eat more, we don't tend to eat correct, not at the correct time, not in the correct proportion. So वो हमारी बॉडी की ऑटोमेटिकली नीड बढ़ जाती है, बिकॉज हमारे हॉर्मोन्स डिस्टर्ब हो जाते हैं, हमारे कॉर्टिसोल लेवल्स हाई हो जाते हैं. So it's lot of things. So we need to take care of our mental and emotional diet as well. And again, uske andar, you know, unless and until we recognize that this is the issue, because जब तक आपको issue नहीं पता होगा, आप solve नहीं कर सकते हैं. So that recognition, that realization, that awareness is more important. Then only you can go ahead, work on your physical, mental, and emotional diet to have that complete healthy body. So that's what it is. You're not just being healthy from your body, from your mind as well. So whatever you eat, whatever you know, along with whatever you eat, you need to understand what all emotions and feelings you are feeding in your mind for that emotional well-being and mental well-being also. So I think so that's for today. Now I'll give it to Vikin. Hi, Vikin.
Hi, everyone. Hi, all. Good to see you back again here. And nice to have you here. Pele, let me just, since a lot of people have been coming here regularly, I'm kind of finding you guys comfortable people. Let me tell you, my day was not very great today. I had to call up the team and I had to say that my mind is a little bit flustered and I didn't know why, but then I put things together and here I am. So I hope that I'll be able to add some value again today, and we are going to actually progress क्योंकि एक structure था जो हम लोगों ने इस program के लिए form किया था. So we are going to continue that structure and we are going to try to give you one tool. And we have been getting continuous feedback. So that is lovely, from the people and everything. Yesterday's session was very well appraised. So let's try to do it the same way, but I'm kind of, I don't know whether you will get that value today or not, but let's see. So today we are going to talk about habits. जैसे कल बात की थी, we are going to talk about habits, how to develop those habits, how to get consistency. All this information is widely available on the net as well, and we have spoken about these things. Even our group, जो हम लोगों का chat group था, उसमें भी हम लोगों ने ये बातें करनी शुरू कर दी थी. So that's an interesting thing that we have been talking about in the group. But it's easier said than done, because habits sometimes जो develop नहीं हुई होती, they kind of are taking you towards a change, and change is what is uncomfortable. And I will actually take some of the lines of Robin Sharma over here. And Robin Sharma says, if the change is not hard, it's not an actual change. He goes on further to say that change is beginning. In the beginning, it is very hard. It is messy in the middle, and it's beautiful at the end. So why he says it is messy in the kind of middle is क्योंकि आपने शुरू तो कर दिया. Now you are wondering whether you're going in the right track or not. Your thoughts might be working on it that I don't know whether I'm on the right track or not. And also what you're trying to do at that point of time is you're actually trying to break that comfort zone. So जब वो comfort zone से आप निकलने की कोशिश करते हो, that's when it is a little bit messy, and that's what he means by it. And if we reflect back onto the session that we did yesterday, जिसमें था Can Your Future You Help You, we backtracked the entire story. We started it from a very beautiful aspect of meaning of success. वो छोटा भी हो सकता है meaning, और बड़ा भी हो सकता है. It could be a short-term success, it could be a long-term success, whatever it is. तो वो हम लोगों ने story वहाँ से start की थी, where you visualize what your beautiful success story looks like, and then we backtracked it all the way to the point of today, where if we are going to start a change, it is going to be hard. So the point where you start from, where you actually have to take an action, that is the most difficult thing. And since it is the most difficult thing, I call it a massive action step, which will take you to the abundant life that you want. And I'm going to give a tool today, but before we get to that tool, I'm going to talk a little bit about this concept, which is, like I said, we have heard, we have known, but we have also heard that many a times people say that habits make you. So if we think about what are really habits, habit hai kya cheez? So if you're doing something regularly, and you don't have to put your mind too much to it, you kind of get into that mode very quickly, easily, that is a habit. But then there are certain habits which people talk about. It's a good habit or a bad habit. Now, I don't call it bad habit. I call it the non-productive habit. So there are some really, really bad habits people can get into. We are not talking about those kind of drugs and abuse and all that thing, but we are talking about from a lifestyle aspect. There are good habits and there are non-productive habits. And अगर मैं उसको और डिटेल में बात करने की कोशिश करूं, so people actually think about that habit as certain things that you do. But if you break it down further, what do you really do? If you are in a situation or with a group of people whom you should not be hanging around, but you're hanging around, that is a habit. And some people are able to break that thing and move away quickly from that, that is a habit. Saying yes when you should be saying no is a habit. Saying no when you should be saying yes is a habit. So if you think about it, it's a pattern. It's a pattern which basically puts you onto a life that you want to live, or you keep going into that pattern and you do not go into the life that you want to live. So that's what basically a habit is. But the brilliant thing about habit is, अगर उसको science की term में देखा जाए, then it's basically a muscle memory. You leave certain things that you have been doing over and over again and try to pick it up at a certain other point of time, it will come back very, very quickly. But if you actually leave it for a very long time, then it will take almost equal time to come back to it. And if you continue to do same thing over and over again, you're not expanding. There is no evolving. And that's why certain habits have to be changed, or certain habits have to be developed continuously. And that's what growth is. Growth is actually being in continuous motion. It's something that you have to do recurringly. So you might have to change from one habit to another, and then get into the sync with yourself, get in sync with time. And that's why developing habits is such a hard thing, because certain habits today might not give you the results that you probably want later on. So it's a continuous growth process, and this entire theory or this entire thing is actually backed by science as well. And that's why it is a very well-known thing. We just wanted to break it down about that thing little bit as to, have you even thought about habits in that fashion? क्योंकि हम लोग हैबिट्स की अगर बात करते हैं, हम लोग यही बात करते हैं कि हाँ भाई चल सुबह उठना है, या ये वाला काम करना है, या दिस इज द वे वी वांट टू डू सर्टेन थिंग्स. दैट्स व्हाट जनरली कम्स टू. बट behavior and a thought process is also a habit, and breaking that thought process and developing a new thought process can be very very challenging, and it is a habit as well, जिसके बारे में हम लोगों ने values और beliefs के बारे में, when we actually did the day 2, we spoke about it. So coming to action aspect, जिसके बारे में अभी बात की थी, that is one of the most difficult challenges to go through, getting into that first step because of conditioning. We spoke about learned helplessness also, जिसमें we spoke about the 3 P's, and when that 3 P's starts coming in, that is when taking an action becomes difficult. And if you're not going to take an action, you're not going to develop a habit. So the first thing to develop any habit is to get into that action mode, become okay with being uncomfortable at the start, and letting go of those limiting beliefs जिसके बारे में आप कहेंगे कि I am little bit scared, or I am fear of losing this thing, or I am fear of doing some things that I haven't done before. What would happen? So being logical is good, putting things together is good, but going into overthinking is not good. And जब आप overthinking में जाते हैं, that is when your action taking mode actually goes less and less. So if you think about something, let's say you develop a habit, और अगर हम लोग कल की exercise की बात करें, in which if people have done it, the way it was supposed to be done, and they came back to today, and they wrote down कि this is mental note बनाया, and जाके you wrote down this is what I really need to do. And if you're not going to do that immediately, it is going to be written in the book. Let 48 hours pass, and after 48 hours, it is going to become even more difficult to do it. So that is basically a law. I forgot what law it is called. I keep forgetting these laws and all the things. So it goes by the name of some law. But if you do not do, if you have jotted down something, and if you do not put it into action, which needs a long-term commitment, 48 hours later, your mind will start saying, take it easy, take it easy, take it easy. So we generally do not come into that action mode. And change is difficult. Transition is difficult. One way or another, developing a habit is basically saying, I want to change for good. And that's why it is a difficult thing. Now, we spoke about action, one thing, which is related to the habits, developing of the habits. Second thing is time. So time is another thing which we actually, agar learned helplessness ki baat kare, the 3 P's, and one of the P's was pervasive. I could not do this thing because of these reasons, which has nothing to do with what I have to do right now. So if I have to, wake up in the morning, and I say I could not wake up in the morning because my alarm clock did not have a cell, or I was in a party yesterday night, or I was watching a movie. It has nothing to do with it, but you are actually making a pervasive excuse that because I was doing this thing, that's why this thing happened. It is more harder to do, but it's not that it cannot be done. It can still be done. And that's why we sometimes say time is an issue. And people say that we do not have time. There is not enough hours in the day. But the truth is, there are enough hours in the day. You may believe it, you may not believe it. It all comes down to how we have actually utilized our time to make it more productive. We generally go into a reactive mode of life, let life happen to us, then for us. So we keep on going into this reactive mode of life all the time. And we keep getting away from the vision that we have placed for ourselves. So that vision is there, but something keeps happening and we say, oh, this came up, this came up, I did not have time, I could not get this started. So that is one thing in which, time can, people say, is a constraint, even though it is not. uh, because if you have to get to that vision, short-term vision, long-term vision, short-term success, long-term success, transition through a certain stage, certain state of mind, certain life, you have to give it time. And by time, I mean you have to put certain things into motion, be conscious about it, and then get on with it. There are two thought processes that generally, or I would say, this is what I consider. These are my opinions. It has nothing, no binding. There are a lot of people who talk about a lot of things out there. But my two thought processes are that if you really want to do something, do it, whether it is easy or difficult, whatever you want, the way you want, but make sure that that is what you want. Okay. And if you want to have an easy life, have an easy life. Maybe you are content with the life that you have. बहुत खुश हैं, जो चल रहा है, जैसा चल रहा है, it is all good and happy and hunky dory, और कुछ और चाहिए भी नहीं. And that is what you probably want, and that is probably your definition of success or vision that you have. And that is, if that is the thing, let it be. And then there is another thought process in which people want to push themselves more and more and more to get better, to become better, and to actually give something back to themselves as well as to the community. So there are these two thought processes. One thought process says take it easy. One thought process is you got to work really hard, or be clear about where you want to be, and then work towards that clarity that you need to have. Both these thought processes has nothing to do with what I'm going to talk about today, the habit that I'm going to talk about developing. And that developing of habit is something which you all have heard about. It is called journaling. Journaling kya hai? So journaling is basically writing down your thoughts, what you feel like, what you think can be done, should have been done, or what you're going to do. So there are different things about journaling. Now, in journaling also, I kind of divide journaling further into three different sections. And I call the first section is called the reflective event journaling. So you are thinking about an event and you're reflecting on that event, and that is called reflective event journaling. Then the second one I call is reflective self-realization journaling. Jisme how it made you feel, that is what you have to write about. And then third one that I call is a progressive or futuristic journaling. And if you develop this habit, then, you know, it's such a small thing to do, but it is going to make wonders into your life, and it's going to change the whole thing around you, about you, and how you visualize life, how you see life, and what life is going to give back to you, and how you're going to develop it. So if people want to jot down, then they can jot down. So I spoke about three types of journaling, and I'm going to give you 5 questions in the top 2 journalings that you can do. So the journaling, reflective journaling that I'm talking about, event से related जो होती है, उसमें you can ask yourself 5 questions. What was supposed to happen that you were thinking कि ये event ऐसे जाना चाहिए था, because you went with a certain preconceived notion at times. And this is more relatable to, you know, even after event. So if the event has taken place, in the hindsight, when we are looking at it, that is when we actually say this was supposed to happen. So what was it that was supposed to happen? Second is what did happen. Third thing, जब अब ये चीजें पता चल गई हैं कि what was supposed to happen and what did happen, what are certain things that can be improved, or what improvement is needed over there. Fourth thing is what are certain things that did sustain. ऐसा तो हो नहीं सकता कि सब कुछ बिगड़ गया. अगर सब कुछ बिगड़ भी गया, there must be something which sustained. Try to find what was that which sustained. So write those things down, what sustained, and the very final question, what can be done to improve next time. So this is something called as reflective event journaling. इसको आप लिखेंगे, you will try to understand the event by yourself, and you will start getting clarity of lot of things. And you know, you will feel that whatever cobwebs or anything are there, those kind of things are probably going to help you. Now, the next thing that is there, that is reflective self-realization journaling. That is, these are really powerful questions, and there are a lot of principles that can be applied into these ones. And I'm not going to talk about those principles today because there's quite a lot that we can talk about the self-realization related. And the one that I'm going to talk about, it is something to do with the aspect of time that we are talking about. The first one was little bit to do with the event. The second one is to do with the time, जो मैंने बात की थी, time से related, and it will give you a little bit clarity about who you really are. If you link it to day 1, day 2, day 3, सारी चीजों को लिंक करके अगर आप जर्नलिंग करेंगे self realization से related, this can be a very, very powerful thing. So the first question is what I really like and I need to do more. कई बार होता है कि we really like certain things but we think कि यार इसमें ज्यादा टाइम बिताना चाहिए, but we don't. And if you're doing it already, then it is fantastic thing. But if you don't get that realization of what I really like and I need to do more. Second question, what I like doing and I am already doing and I should keep doing. So this is the second question which you should be asking yourself as to jo chal raha hai, and you can write it and you can do it on a daily basis. So this journaling is generally a part of रोज का routine जो होता है. So if you actually write this thing down already, what I like, what I'm already doing, and I should keep doing it, it will give that sense of pride, sense of happiness, sense of joy. Yeah, there is something which is happening good about it. And it gives you a realization that probably nahi hua, I need to do something else. Now, the third question, that is the really difficult one because that pushes you into the action mode and into that habit development mode. What I must be doing, but I don't like doing, and I either have to really do it or I have to, accept it the way it is, and I'm okay with that. If you're not okay with that, then what is something that I have to do it and I must do? Like, if you're okay with that, then you can say, I don't need to do anything more about this thing. I don't like it. I don't want to do it. Perfect. Leave it over there. Fourth question, what I don't like, but I do, and I must stop doing. So this is a fourth one, which will again go into a journaling self-reflective thing. Do it on a daily basis and see the change that is going to come. And now the final one, what I don't do, but I must do. जो नहीं कर रहे लेकिन वो करना जरूरी है. एक third question था, what I must do but I don't like. This is different from that one. What I don't do but I must do. And when you think about your success, vision, and all that thing, this question becomes really, really important. And if you do it on a daily basis, life is going to be phenomenal. And ये जितने भी questions हैं, you can apply it to your feelings. You can apply it to your time. You can apply it to how you feel about certain things. So these questions will actually give you a lot of insight into that thing. And then third part of the journaling that I'm going to come to is progressive or futuristic journaling. And that is to do with the exercise that we did yesterday, visualization. Take a time out, either do it at night before or do it in the morning when you wake up. Do this visualization thing, how you think your day is going to go, what you're going to do. You may call it planning, but visualize in your head. Once you have visualized it, jot it down, this, from this time to this time. Probably this is the slot that I'm going to do. This time I'm going to make phone calls. This time I'm going to do emails. This time I'm going to go take a nap. This time I'm going to go have a lunch. This time I'm going to get kids ready. Whatever is there, think that day. That is called progressive journaling. So 3 types of journaling: event reflective journaling, self-realization journaling, and progressive journaling. Do this thing and you will be surprised at the amount of change that it is going to bring. But it is definitely difficult because again, you might start falling back into that idea of, time, action. So you have to get over those things. And yesterday I told about, besides this, I'm going to talk about a little bit about consistency. क्योंकि इससे related consistency is really, really an important thing, uh, as to, you know, not develop it, but to have it. Now, जो हम लोगों ने exercise भी की थी, in which we try to come up with one word, or the colored personality test that we gave you. If your one word is, let's say, consistency in action, if your one word is self-discipline, then it's absolutely fantastic, great. You wouldn't have any difficulty starting this journaling, and you will start having wonders in your life. But if these are not the words, then we have something that we need to do about it. So the thing is, you need to get absolutely disciplined. There is nothing about discipline that, you know, any, if you need to do it, you have to get disciplined. Now there are two ways to do that discipline thing. One thing is by doing yourself, and we discussed about little bit in the chat yesterday that this is nothing new. We have been talking about it, we all know about it, we do about it, we learn on YouTube, we see on YouTube, and we get this trickling information from everything. We read words, we read books. So that is called Vani way of learning. And in one way of learning is that you are getting information from people who you haven't met. You're getting information from gurus, you're getting information from mentors, you're getting information on YouTube, from books, and but you haven't physically met them. You haven't got that interaction of having that conversation, you know, bouncing the ideas across one another, sharing your own opinions, questioning their thought process to actually learn and expand even more. You're just accepting that thing, what they are saying, and trying to apply onto yourself. And that is called the Vani mode of learning. And the second thing is called Vapu mode of learning, in which actually a mentor or a coach or a guru or someone gets along with you, and you actually can bounce idea through them. You can actually question them. They will question you in a lot of things, and they will actually try to bring consistency. Because when you get connected with something or you get connected with someone, it basically adds an element of accountability. Accountability leads to consistency. So either you got to be really, really self-disciplined and learn from these things, whatever is happening, or you got to get connected to a coach, or you got to get connected to a guru or whoever with whom you can interact. There has to be exchange of conversation. There has to be exchange of ideas. And that is called the Vapu mode of learning, and, you know, expanding yourself. Whichever mode you choose, consistency is required, accountability is required. One, you get accountability along with it. In one, you actually have to be accountable to yourself. Now, if we go on YouTube and all those things, these are positive, you know, manifestations. These are motivational speeches, not motivational talks. And motivation, a positive motivation, coaches generally do not believe in positive motivation, because positive motivation is like a blip. आया थोड़ी देर के लिए, आपने जाके सुना, 2 दिन के लिए you remain positive motive, and then it goes down. And now you have to go back to it, or you have to find what you need to listen to. It's not organized, it's not structured, and that's why motivation is very short lasting. What is needed is an inspiration, and inspiration in a structured format to put people on the right track, and that can only be done via linking with someone. But don't get me wrong, you know, both of them will get you transition. Whether you go in the Vani mode, whether you go in the Vapu mode, both of them will get you the transition that you're looking for. One might get you a little longer time, one might give you a little earlier time. Both of them are simple, but none of them is easy. And when it is not easy, that time when you're going through that hardship in the beginning, that messy stuff in the middle, at that time, Vapu mode is the one that really works, because someone is holding your hand at that point. So whatever you choose, choose wisely, get into the habit of journaling, and continue to develop these habits. And once you are doing journaling, you will be surprised as to what all things can come out of journaling, and it might actually tell you what kind of other habits that you need to develop. And Vani, Vapu, remember that thing, choose wisely, get on consistency, attach yourself to an accountability, a person, someone, and at that point of time, Wings to Life does do that. Uh, and just to let you know a little bit better, but besides that, that's all that I have for today. And I am going to see you tomorrow with another bit, which is our last thing. We will wrap up the entire thing, bring it all together. And I think this was a useful time of your information and it did give you something to work on and think about. So that's all from my side, and I'll hand over to Shweta now. And
Thank you, Vicky.
same like before, I'll be posting all these 5 questions of the reflective event journaling and self-realization journaling into the group, so that you have better idea as to what questions you should be asking yourself through these events or through these realization and transition processes, which will help you to make that change.
So, do I take on, Vikin? So it's me now,
Yes,
right?
yes, yeah, I'm done. Now it's all you.
Thank you so much. Okay, beautiful souls, as I told you yesterday, today's meditation is really very interesting because we all aspire to have a lot of health, wealth, prosperity, and abundance. So today it's the prosperity and abundance meditation. So let's get started with the meditation. You have to confirm on the music as I start. So if it is too loud, do let me know. Is this apt?
अभी नहीं आ रहा है बिल्कुल भी.
Can't hear also.
There's no music.
Is this okay?
Yeah, now it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kalpa is asking if she can do this in lying down position. Shweta?
Yes, she can. In fact, I was about to tell that, this meditation, when it is wealth, prosperity, and abundance, it's the best when you do it in the morning or when you're about to sleep, just before that.
Great.
It's going to get registered in your subcon. And something that gets registered in your subconscious mind, it works much better and much faster. So sit in a comfortable position, or as Kalpa said, she wants to lie down. Please go ahead. Place your hands on your thighs, and people who are lying down, they can keep their hands facing upwards next to their body. Try to keep your hands in Gyan Mudra. So the financial abundance starts from the mind. And if you are positive, then you can grow and generate more wealth. So now to begin with this, we should first all have it in our consciousness. So that's where the meditation comes into the picture, and to attract wealth and abundance into our lives. So let's get started with the meditation. Now breathe very gently. Close your eyes softly. Allow your breath to be slower, longer, and deeper. Try to feel your inhalation till your navel. Let all your stresses and tensions flow out of your body. As you're seeing these stresses moving out of your body is getting relaxed. This relaxation is also due to the wave of relaxation that is coming from the cosmic energy, moving from your head to your toe. Visualize and feel every word that I say. The universe is limitless and there is abundance everywhere. There are no limitations unless you place the limitations in your mind. So let your body fill with cosmic energy. The thought of being wealthy and abundant is encircling around your head. And now the manifestation begins. Let your mind visualize the kind of life you want, the abundance that you want. Kind of money and wealth that you are seeking in your life. Every part of your life is a symbol of abundance and you're healthy. Now you see yourself with a lot of wealth, prosperity. Visualize that you have whatever you want. You're getting what you want. You can invest in anything that you desire to. You can contribute in any organization that you want. You can help people with the free flow of money that you possess. You have abundance of material things that you desire. Visualize your life is full of everything that you wished and desired for. Now see yourself smiling as you can see the money flowing into your banks and pockets every moment. You can see money pouring over you like a gentle and a soft rain. Everything that you have, like your body, your house, your lush green gardens, your surroundings, your family and friends, your luxurious travels, every bit of you makes you feel that you're wealthy and prosperous. There is so much money flowing in abundance that you cannot even close the wallet. Money is pouring out of your wallet as well. You plan to distribute this money as you're aware that more money will fly into your wallet every moment. You possess best of the things. Your whole being knows that you are wealthy and abundant. Therefore, no stress and tension have place in your life. Now imagine and pick up any amount that you want to earn every month or every single day. Visualize and see the check with that amount clearly in your hand. Now deposit the check in the bank and see it getting credited into your account. Feel this contentment in every cell of your body, which gets increased every single time. You're aware that this abundance is natural to you. And you very well deserve this since you're the part of the universe. Now, since you have this, share this abundance everywhere. Since you are really, really radiant. So visualize that while inhaling, you get the money free flowing with you. And when you exhale, you're sharing this wealth, prosperity with the world and helping others. Again, when you inhale, visualize that you're getting the money freely flowing to you. And when you exhale, you're sharing this wealth and prosperity with the world. Now, please repeat the abundance affirmations after me under your breath while the meditation continues. Money flows freely to me, and I am worthy of cash flow. Money flows freely to me, and I'm worthy of cash flow. My income exceeds my expenses. My income exceeds my expenses. My income increases constantly. My income increases constantly. I am money magnet and connected to the universal supply of money. I am money magnet and connected to the universal supply of money. Now slowly fold your hands near your chest, near your heart, and be grateful. Pay gratitude to the universal energies for the free flow of wealth and abundance in your life. After this gratitude, now very slowly rub your hands Put them on your eyes. Get your awareness back into your body. Pamper your face. Now get your awareness back and feel so relaxed and happy. Let that bright smile be on your face. That contentment. Enjoy this moment of prosperity, health, and wealth. Slowly open your eyes. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Once again, with the folded hands, please pay gratitude that you spent time to visualize the abundance and wealth in your life. Thank you. So everyone, welcome back, and welcome back. Hope you enjoyed this meditation, and this is going to help you. The best time, again, the best hours are for this meditation is in the morning, early morning, the first thing when you get up. That's when your energies, the universal energies, you're very close to the universal energies. So please do that. Otherwise, before sleeping, as I told you, everything gets registered in your subconscious mind. And when it is in your subconscious mind, manifestations happen. So wish you all a wealthy life. Thank you. Over to you, Shalini.
Thank you, Shweta. You have a lovely voice, and that was a beautiful rendition. And thank you for the.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, so thank you all of you. I am really thankful to all of you to be attending so regularly for the last 4 days, and I am hoping that this is bringing value to you. I am sure this is bringing value to you. And today is the 4th day. Tomorrow we are going to end our this five-day experience that we had promised you. And if there are any feedbacks or anything that you would like to say to us, you're most welcome to do so here or in the group. Thank you so much. Nidhi says thanks to Renee and Bikin for the fantastic information. Thank you, Nidhi. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Nidhi. And thanks, Shalini. And before we just leave for the day, I would just like to share one short story of
Sure.
1 minute. Okay. So I mean, I'm sure people have heard about this story. It's not a news story, but it's just a kind of reminder what Vikin has said about consistency and patience. So everybody knows about this Chinese bamboo tree. And, when a person starts to cultivate that, it does not grow until 5 years. It will not sprout until 5 years. And you have to water it daily, fertilize it, nurture it on daily basis. If you skip a day or 2 or 3 days, it will die, right? And but after 5 years of doing whatever is needed, being that
consistent, being that patient, after 5 years, within 6 weeks, its height goes up to 90 feet. So, if I may ask you, and I think so everybody knows, how much time did it take to grow? Was it 5 years or 5 years and 6 weeks? So I'm sure people know the answer. It's definitely 5 years and 6 weeks. But that 6 weeks growth is only shown because of that consistent and being patient. And it's like you do it with complete faith, without even a speck of doubt, and only then the results are shown. And along with that, one more thing I would like to add here is about a diet. We talked about physical, mental, emotional diet. There is one more diet, that's a smile diet. So that really helps, to elevate your mood, and definitely also helps you in, being that consistent, and you can handle things, I think so, more in a patient way. And that's I mean, that makes you beautiful than any other makeup. I'm sure everybody agrees to that. And yeah, it's a best exercise for your face muscles as well, because generally we exercise for our complete body, but we miss on our face muscles. So keep smiling, and I'm sure today's session was great for everyone. Shalini, would you like to add something more?
I would like to say just one line, and it is contagious. So smile often.
Yeah, it is
Yes,
definitely. Thank you so
very
much.
true,
Thank you so much.
Shweta.
Thank you so much for this lovely story and this lovely um, diet recommendation, Renee. I'm sure all of us would be following it quite regularly. I do, I know.
Yes.
I'm sure everybody would.
Me too. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody. See you tomorrow at the same time.
Yeah.
Thank you.